Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Darin Thomas, and I'm going to be going over zzTakeoff with you today. We also had a new update, pretty big update too. I think you'll like this. Pretty exciting stuff going on over here. Our dev team has written over 400,000 lines of code since the first line of code was written about a year and a half ago, and the last update alone had over 40,000 lines of code. So really big update, really cool things in here I'm going to go over with you. But we'll go ahead and get started here. I want to start off on our website. You can come here to zzTakeoff.com and that'll take you here. You can sign up for a free trial right here, fully functional for 14 days. Or in the upper right corner, you'll see login and sign up. You can click on sign up there. But I like starting here because this is the multi-user collaboration feature we have in here. And this is all in real time. Okay. And I'll be able to show you this on my phone later while we're in there doing some takeoff. But it's really cool. You can see there's 3 estimators in here. Okay. Working on the same job, same project at the same time. They can see what each other's doing. Okay. As they go through. Now this guy on the phone, he's a free viewer and these are free and unlimited. Okay. These guys all have pro licenses, which are 50 bucks a month. But this free viewer, this guy's for free. He could be out in the field. He could be a project manager overseeing the job, and he's watching these guys in real time. There's no lag, there's no delay. He's watching them in real time, and he's not paying anything for that. And the viewers are free, they're unlimited. You can have as many as you like. So I wanted to start there. You can always request a demo here as well, and we'll be happy to give you a free demonstration, a live demonstration. Upper right corner, there's a phone number you can always call into. The support is included. The updates are all included as well. Okay, so you don't have to subscribe to a whole new maintenance plan. It's all included in the 50 bucks a month. Okay, if you go with the annual plan, we give you a month for free. Go ahead. I'm going to click on My Takeoffs. Okay, you can do a single sign-in. Okay, or each person you invite to your workspace, which I'm going to cover now. They can have their own sign-in, their own email and password. Okay. And when we click on share up here in the upper right corner, okay, you can see that. Okay. So in this workspace, okay, Todd's the owner. Okay. Christy has takeoff capabilities. She has a pro license. Same with Rulon, James, Derek, all the way down here. Now Todd's made me an administrator here. So I can actually go in and change people's role. So maybe on Rulon, we'll say, okay, Rulon, you're going to be in the field today. You're a viewer, and I'm going to change your license to not assigned. Okay. And now Rulon can only view the prints. But what I did there is I freed up a license. So I have a total of 5 pro licenses. So I freed one up. So now I can add someone else on. Okay. Looks like we have 5 currently. So, if I take Christy off here, I make her a viewer, or let's say a collaborator. The collaborator version is 20 bucks a month. You can load the job in, you can set the scale, you can use the dimension tool to check the scale, you can use all the annotation tools, you can do everything but use area linear segment count and templates, okay, which we'll cover today. But for 20 bucks a month, you can have someone load the project in there for you, and then your guys can go do the takeoff and have it already loaded. All right, so I can switch roles here, being an admin or an owner. Okay, I can remove people. So let's say Parker left the company. I can go to remove here. Okay, hit yes, I want to remove him. And now Parker no longer has access to my workspace. He can't view the drawings. He can't do anything. Okay, it will automatically kick him out of there. Okay. I want to show you this real quick. Project users, okay? You can see there's 2 invites. The project user is going to be for, let's say you have a client on a job and you just want him to view the prints or even do takeoff, or you have an estimator who you want to have to do a takeoff on this job, but you don't want him to be involved in all your jobs. You can invite him right here, him or her. You can do the role, okay? You can give him the role of takeoff, collaborator, or viewer. Can't be an administrator on a project. It's just for that single project, okay? So we don't want him to have capabilities to remove people in your workspace. All right. Give them a role, put in their emails. You can do multiple emails here. Hit invite. That will light up after you put an email in. And that'll invite them to just that project. Now your workspace, people on your team, okay, other estimators, project managers, guys in the field, you can invite them here and they will have access to all your projects, okay? Everything you load into your workspace. Here you can make them the administrator, all right? You can give them takeoff, collaborator, or viewer as far as their role, put in their emails, assign them a license, In this case, we only have pro licenses there. Okay. Hit invite. They'll be in your workspace until you remove them. So they'll have access to all your projects. They'll be able to see everything depending on the role you give them. They can do takeoff or collaborator or viewer, whichever role you give them. All righty. And again, that's under share up here. Okay. So we're going to go into takeoff here. And when you first get in here, you're going to see, it's going to look like this. Okay. You'll see the open project button here. Right here is your workspace. All right. So there's a little ZZ logo. You can, if you sign up for enough users, we can actually put your logo in there. I think it's like 10 or something like that, but we'll dive into that later. But here I'm in the Starter Kit Storage workspace. All right. So I can click anywhere up here to load a project in, and that's what we're going to jump into now. Starter Kits Storage. Now here I've got a few options: new project, open project, and import project. I can actually click on import project, and if you're a PlanSwift or Bluebeam user, you can import your jobs directly from PlanSwift or Bluebeam, and it'll bring over your quantities such as areas, square footages, linear footages, cubic yardages, counts, things of that matter. Okay, it'll bring all those quantities in, and they'll be color coded, and kind of take that load off your computer. Okay. So we're going to start here. I can open current projects I have here, but let's start by bringing in a new project. All right, so I go new project. Okay, I'm in my workspace here. I'm going to give it a name. Let's just call this the American Farmhouse because I have a job named that. Now, everything else here is completely optional. You don't have to fill this out. It's totally up to you. But let's say I'm working in metric. It'll default to imperial, but I can go to metric here. Okay, if I want to do it in metric, I can choose an estimator from my workspace to assign this to. So maybe we want James to be on this one. I can choose a status. Okay, so whether it's in progress, on hold, and if I've completed it. All right, I can throw an address in there. Okay, I'll just put my address there. And it's going to pinpoint on the map. So really cool, really neat stuff here. Once I get that done, again, all I have to do is put a name in there. Everything else is optional. I'm going to hit create project. Okay. We'll start at the top here. I'm going to go ahead and choose my file. All righty. And we'll go in and say, okay, we want the American Farmhouse. If I can spell it right. Oh man, I'm struggling today. All right, there we go. American Farmhouse. I'll grab this one. You can see we have a couple options down here as well. Now this is for a revised set of drawings. Okay, so for plan versioning, Todd's made a great video on this. It's under the community tab under training videos. We'll dive into this after we've done some takeoff. Okay, I'll come back to this page. Both new features here. Okay, so here you can now auto detect with AI. All right, so we've got page name. It's going to automatically name the pages, the sheet number, put the sheet number on there, the issue date, and it's going to automatically set the scale vertically and horizontally just by bringing the job in. It's going to automatically do all that for me. When you see a little question mark, you can hover above that, and that'll kind of give you an idea of what that is, okay? Just an explanation there. But I've got my job in here. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Here, we're going to see like a thumbnail view. Okay, it's got the pages loaded in. I can scroll down. I can see down here I've got 25 pages selected. I can go in and I can uncheck ones maybe I don't want to bring in. It'll default to all. I can hit none and say, okay, I just want these two. Okay, we'll set it back to all. Once I pick the ones I want in, I'm going to hit upload. Now watch how fast this goes. Really cool. Boom. Load your jobs up fast as can be. We're going to hit next. And look at the AI naming the pages over on the left-hand side and putting the sheet numbers and putting the scale up here. So look at that. Quarter equals a foot, 16th, 1 equals 100, all the way down. Okay. You'll want to go check these with the dimension tool, and I'll dive into that next. But let's see what happened down here. We can see it didn't pick up the scale. It's because there's multiple scales on the page. Okay. So that's why the AI didn't read it. We're going to go to the right corner, click done. And now I've got my job loaded in here. All right. Site plan, foundation, first floor. So we're all set to go. Down here, I want to show you how to kind of navigate through here. Just some of the functionality. I can zoom in by rolling the wheel on my mouse back and forth. Okay. I can hold down right click to pan the drawing. All right. Now, when the dev team first started developing zzTakeoff, They knew being web-based, there could be lag issues, right? We hear that with a lot of web-based programs. There's lag issues. It turns a lot of people off to it. They went in and they did a ton of speed enhancements. They put over 200,000 counts on one page after doing all those enhancements. No lag, zero lag with 200,000 counts on there. Okay. So you shouldn't experience any lag. If you do, you can chat us down here. Okay. The updates and support are all included. We don't hear much about lag, just being completely honest with you. But if you do, just feel free to chat us right here or call us to that number, and one of our technicians will get on there and see what it is that it could be. We recommend using Chrome as your browser. That seems to work best, but you can still do it on Safari and Edge. But if you're experiencing any kind of hiccups, it could be your browser or clearing your cache. But feel free to chat us anytime. We can help you. All right. Another cool feature. So zoom in and out with the wheel on your mouse. Hold down right click to move the drawing around. I can also hold down the letter M, and that's going to give me a magnify glass, and I can zoom in and out from there. Okay. So you get right down to the pixel. All right. That's really cool stuff. Um, as far as hotboard keys go, on the upper right corner, you can click on this question mark, and there's your keyboard hotkeys. These are really neat. Okay. There's a ton of cool stuff you can do there with your with the hotkeys we have in there. New measure, area, linear segment count, 1, 2, or 3. All right. Question marks also has training videos, community, schedule a Zoom call, everything right here. Okay. Todd's our trainer. He's awesome. So that's $299 for that. That's one-on-one with Todd. But we'll jump in over here. So I want to start off when we first get in, let's make sure we check a dimension to make sure that scale's right. I'm going to go to dimension here. Okay. I'm going to zoom in and see how it snaps right to the print. So it's really cool. It snaps right to the blueprint. You can see it's 32. Okay. We know our scale's right. So we're good to go. All right. When I'm done measuring, I can right click and stop. I can click stop up here. Or if you like hotkeys like I do, see how it says click start point. When I hit escape, now I'm out of record mode. Okay. So now when I click, I'm not having the dimension tool pop up. I'm just going to highlight that sucker and hit delete. And there we go. Now, if the scale were wrong, you can go up here and set a manual scale using a known dimension. I could put in, this is 32 feet. I could punch that in here, hit start, and I could go down there and click one point, again, go to the other side, click that point. And what's another really cool feature about that snapping directly to the PDF is look, your accuracy, it snaps right to that corner for you. Okay. If you want, you can also set the scale automatically by going here and selecting it, but it will name them all when you go in there, okay? It'll automatically name them all for you there. All righty. So we'll move on here. Next, I kind of want to just cover these tools, area, linear, segment count. All right, we had some new updates to these on the last update, and I'll go over those with you as well. Let's start with area, okay? So we go area. Here I can give it a name. So let's say I want to do, let's say we're doing, I don't know, some concrete slab. Just throw that on there, okay. I'm going to go to my measurement type next. It's going to default to square footage. However, you can now change these default views right up here, this little gear. You won't see it until you hover above this gray marker up here. But you can save presets. You can save it you can save new default areas, okay? So you can customize this whole thing, and we'll dive into that in a second. But I'm going to go to flat, that's my measurement type. It's going to default to flat area, but since we're doing concrete slab, I'm going to want to do area with depth. Okay, if I want to get the surface area along with the wall height, a lot of painters like to do that. You can do area with the wall height, it'll capture both of those. Depth will be cubic yardage, sloped for roofing, or you can just do a manual area here. Okay, we'll start off with depth, and you'll see when I put that in, now it's giving me a depth. I'm going to put the inches in. We'll just say it's 4. The opacity is just the darkness of that green color up here. You can select a different color if you'd like. Okay. And then you can save this as a preset. So it'll always default to this. Okay. So maybe we want blue. And I can set the darkness or transparency right there. Okay. With opacity. Now we'll move on down the line. So with depth, we're going to want cubic yardage. So I can actually change this to give me a cubic yardage output. Okay, I'm going to go in here and we'll go down to volume. Okay, so now it's going to give me cubic yards. I can also click on this plus sign. So maybe I want both cubic yards and area and square footage. I can click there. I can click here. Maybe I want the perimeter. So I'm going to switch this to linear with perimeter. So now I'm getting all my values inputted here. Everything I want this to look like, right? And again, I'm going to save it as a preset so I don't have to keep going back and doing this every single time, okay? Materials and labor. I can dive into this. We won't go too deep in the woods here, but you can create material, labor, all that right here, okay? Um, this is a little customization they did. I believe this is under work breakdown structure, which Todd will cover on Thursday's meetings or Thursday's webinar, sorry. So he'll dive further into this with you guys, okay? Today's just kind of an introduction. So let's say I want this one and I don't want to have to recreate that. I'm going to click on my little setting up here. I'm going to say, okay, I want my slab or 3,500 PSI roof, whatever it is. Oops, that's a search there. So you can see I'm still learning it too. Save as new preset. We'll just call that a slab. Now this is cool. I can save it in my team presets, which everybody on my team will now have this preset. Or if I want to keep this just for me, I can save it in my presets. Okay. And when I hit save, and go to my gear again, I can now see that is saved in my presets. All right. So put it together one time. We're going to hit start takeoff. And now I can click from one point. I'm in box mode here. I was going to show you that next, but I started in box mode. Let me go back to that. So I'll slow down. So really cool. This just came out. I can click one corner instead of having to click that corner, this corner, and the back corner. Now I click one and I go right out to it. And I go right to the other side, click that corner. I'm good to go. Another cool thing I want to show you here with box mode. Let's say we needed to cut this area out. We didn't want to include that. What I can do on a Mac, you hold down Command. On a PC, you hold down Control. And people have really loved this. When I hold that down, you're going to see next to where it says click first corner, it now says chop. Okay, and again, I'm holding it down. I'm going to click one time. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to click my second corner. Bam. And it cuts that out of there. Okay, so really cool. A lot of people really love this feature. I probably could have done a better job chopping there. But that's chop mode again, command on a Mac or control on a PC. Okay, and I can just hit escape or stop here. And there's my concrete slab. All right, you see 5.09 cubic yards. I can right click here and show legend up here. This is a pretty cool update. I can double click here and I say, okay, I want to see all three measurement types on my legend. Okay, I can hide the quantities if I want to. So if I don't want to see those quantities, I just want the legend with the color or the name of the color. I can do that. I can sort alphabetically, hit save. We'll pull this out a little longer. There we go. And there you go. I have all three measurement types here. And not only that, another new update here is you can now view the worksheet down here, your reports. Okay, so I've got my concrete slab. I've got my first measurement of cubic yardage, my second one of square feet, and my third measurement of linear feet. Okay, and this can all be customized. Okay, I can see I created it, what day and time I created it. And you can also group this by, we'll dive into these in a minute, but you can also group this by say estimator and it'll show when the estimators did the job in your workspace, okay, or in your reports. Do a timestamp on there for you. One thing I want to show back on area, I was in box mode. You can find that down here, okay? So box mode, point to point. Again, when I say my preset, it'll default to whichever one I chose, okay? Point to point, you click point to point to point. Okay, box mode, click one corner, the other, and then remember control on a PC or command on a Mac to be able to chop that out. All right. But we'll move on here. I want to show you the linear tool. Now, linear tool, sorry, and segment tool, pretty much the same thing. The big difference here is linear is a continuous line. It's going to follow me around. Segment is linear pieces. Okay. You can do it all with the linear tool. If you want to use segment, you absolutely can. But really, you can click point to point, you can double click to break a line, or you can hold down left click to automatically break a line, and it becomes a segmented line. But I'll go over both with you, okay? Linear, same thing. We can create what we want in here and then save it as a preset. So let's say we're doing let's just say we're doing drywall. Kind of mix it up here. Say we're doing maybe 5/8 drywall, whatever that is, right? Put that in there. Measurement type here, I'm going to get a flat linear is going to give me a linear footage output, but maybe I want the wall area. So I'm going to go to measurement type. I'm going to go down here to linear with wall height. So you got linear with wall height and depth for concrete, slopes for roofing, or you can do a manual linear there. I'm going to do linear with wall height. I'm going to say it's 12-foot wall. I want this wall to always be green. Again, I'm going to save it in my presets up here. My measurement one, I want the output to be square footage. So I'm going to click here. I want wall area. Okay. Area surface would be for like the area tool here. Okay. If they want like a ceiling or a floor, wall area is for wall area. That's the difference between those two. Okay. I got volume of cubic yardage. I want wall area, but hey, I also want the linear. So I'm going to add a measurement and it's going to give me both measurements now. Same thing, Todd will dive into the material and labor and all of this with you. I've also got box mode. Okay, he'll dive into those with you on Thursday's webinars, a little more advanced there. But here I got box mode for linear as well, or point to point. We'll stick to point to point. I can save that as my preset. So, okay, I want this to be a new preset. I want to save it in my team this time. And I want this to be my drywall preset. Okay, so next time you go, select this, go up here, click on that, select drywall, and this will populate for you, okay? Not the name, you'll still need to give it a new name in case it's a different size drywall, but all of this will populate for you, so you don't have to redo that. We're gonna start takeoff. Now with the linear, you can see I go in here, I click this point, and see this line is just gonna follow me. I click again, and it's just gonna follow me. I click again, so see the line is just following me around. Now, if I want to break that line, I'm going to do 2 clicks. That's going to break the line for me. And then if I want a segmented line, this is really cool. If you just hold down left click, when I let go, it's going to automatically break that line. Okay. So if I hold down left click and let go, it's going to automatically break it. Hold down, automatically break it. So that becomes a segmented line. Again, you can use the segment tool, but that's the only difference. Okay, if I do a segment, I'll do a quick one here. When I click and click, it automatically breaks it. Okay, so click and click, it automatically breaks it. With the linear, it's a continuous line, 2 clicks to break the line. Okay, or hold down left click to automatically break the line. And then you just highlight those and hit delete. It gets rid of both of them for me. And here we go. We can see over here on the right hand side, I've got my square footage and my cubic yardage, and it's also showing those measurements on my excuse me, on my legend up here. All righty. We have annotation tools here. These are really cool. This is where I'm going to show you real quick on my phone how this works. Okay, and this is really, really neat. So I'm going to pull up zzTakeoff on my phone. I just go to the website, zzTakeoff.com. All right. And let's say there's a guy in the field and he's on this one. I'm going to open my project. I'm going to go to my American farmhouse. Okay. I'm going to go down to the first floor plan so you can see on my phone what we've got here. Now, let's say this guy in the field, he's not paying anything at all for this, but he's in your workspace. So you give him a call, and instead of having to email plans back and forth, I can just text him, move, beam, or whatever it is, right? We'll just do that as a sample. And sorry if I'm not holding that close enough. He's seeing that in real time. Look at that. In real time, he's actually seeing what you're doing. I can write him notes here. Let's say we just do a highlighted lines right here. So you can see as I'm doing it on the computer, that is happening in real time, right? So let's do highlight again. Hit R for record. Well, let's just go grab a new highlighter. Bam, let me get my screen back for you. When I click the endpoint, it pops up on his page. So no lag on there. There's no delay. Okay, you don't have to email plans back and forth to one another. He's seeing it in real time. He's not paying anything for this at all. Totally free. It just goes to zzTakeoff.com. All righty. So we'll move on. Let's go to counts. So we'll do the counts here. So counts, you can do, I mean, here you can do footings. Let's say you're doing concrete. You can count doors. You can do whatever you like. Let's do a couple counts here. So I'm going to give it a name. And the new update, we now have more symbols here. We've got squares, diamonds, triangles, all these different symbols here. Let's do a check mark, right? Maybe we make it green. Again, I could save a preset here when I'm done putting it together. Measurement type, I'm just going to do a count, just a regular count. Regular count here. Again, I could add cubic yardage. I could add volume if I wanted to. Okay, and it would ask me for a depth and a width. And it'll also size those counts on the page. Okay, start takeoff. So we'll just do some basic counts. Pretty easy, but see those check marks popping up? I'll put one there so you can get a better view of it. There you go. PDF snap, ortho, snap to current page points on a page that have already been taken off. Those are located in the bottom right corner here. So if I want to turn those off, I don't want that red popping up everywhere I go. I can do that by turning that off right there. Okay. I can turn them on and off down here. Ortho gives me straight lines. Auto scroll, some people like that. When you hover here, it'll automatically take off. Some don't. So you can click on that to turn it off. Okay. Or you can just hold down Shift on your keyboard and that will take you out of all those modes down there. Okay. So I'm holding down Shift. You're not seeing that red count. There you go. Or that red dot on there, I should say. Um, there you go.
Hey, Darin.
Yeah.
In case somebody's new to ZZ and they're watching this, could we show them how to increase the screen size by reducing some of the sidebars and the bottom bars?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep, absolutely. So you can go over here. So some people feel like this is a little too much clutter for them. Okay. So great point, Todd. Thanks for bringing that up. You can click on this little arrow tab right there, and that's going to put it to the side. Now, keep in mind it's still there. Okay. Sometimes people have a hard time seeing that. The arrow is still there. Okay. You just click on it to bring it back out. All right. And I can do that down here at reports. Bam. Click on that. Boom, click on that and look how much room I have. Now to access these, I can go up here, right, to get to my different plan. But I can also remember those hotkeys we talked about up here, right there. I can also hit P for pages, and that's going to bring my pages up. And I can rotate plans there. I think I just went to the same one, right? B for bookmarks. Bookmarks is located down here. Okay, let's pull that out real quick. These are really neat, the bookmarks. But I can also zoom in. Let's say I need to get back to this contact info right there. I can set a bookmark on that by hitting B. Okay, we'll call it a new bookmark, and let's just call it contact info. And then when I go here, when I pull that out, I go to my pages, I got my bookmark there, so I can just click on the bookmark to take me right back to it. Okay, we have hyperlinks coming in the next version. That's going to be really neat. So they're testing those out right now, but those are coming. But yeah, Todd, thanks for pointing that out. While we're on that, let's talk about this. This is a new update. If I click on these three dots here, I can do a list view or I can do a thumbnail view. So if I like seeing the prints in the thumbnail format, I can do that as well. And I can see my takeoff that's been done on it. Okay. You can also go to plans up here. Okay. And that'll give you that thumbnail view. All right. So you can scroll down and see your prints that way and then click into the ones you want. A lot of cool new stuff that just came out. All right. So we'll dive to the second floor plan. I'm going to bring my templates out here. And again, I can just click on those arrows to put that down. But next we're going to dive into our templates over here. Okay. So once I've created these, I can actually go through and I'll just hold down Shift and grab them all. I can go through here and just say Control C, and I could save them into my templates by doing Control V. I could create a folder here. So if I wanted to say, let's call them sample, Smaple, sample temps. All right. And then I could grab these suckers. I can do it one by one and throw them up in there, or I can just grab them as a group, toss it in there. Now, for every job I go into, instead of having to go up here and give it a name and a color and do all that, now I just go right to my templates and grab it by clicking on this green dot and pointing and clicking. Okay. A lot of times people will click on the name and it doesn't do anything when they're trying to use these. Just remember, you got to hover above this. It's the icon with the green dot next to it. Okay. And that'll go ahead and activate it for you. There you go. See, it's all in there for me. And I can start my takeoff. Todd's put together a really cool database here. Okay. That has what we call items and labor, material cost. So we'll calculate all that. You can see down here in our reports. Okay. We've got our totals there. You can also go up to reports if you want like a more expanded view of the reports. You can click here, same thing. All right. You can group it by page, you can group it by estimator. Todd will show you how in work breakdown structure, how you can add columns to these. I can take out columns. So maybe I don't need to see who created it. I don't need a layer. And once I've done that, I can then go and save. and save them in my team reports. So my whole team has access to it, or save it in my reports. So it's just a report for me. Um, so yeah, you can customize these to look however you like. Then you can export them to a CSV or Excel, copy them to your clipboard here. Todd's made a great video in the community. If you wanted to do like a proposal, like a PDF proposal, and you have a proposal sheet, he shows you how you can do that with exporting a CSV and then getting that in there in that video. All right. Just want to kind of touch on those. So let's go back into Takeoff. And I want to show you how to use these templates. So Todd's put these together. He shows you how to build them on the Thursday webinar. That's more advanced. But today I just want to show you how to use them. Um, again, Todd's an incredible trainer. I believe he's trained over 20,000 people at Plan Swift in the past decade. He's got 40 plus years of estimating experience, just an awesome guy. Watch his videos. He makes probably 95% of our videos, and you'll get a feel for him there. He's awesome. He's got his own YouTube channel. He runs our YouTube channel as zzTakeoff, and he's got his own channel here. If you want to go subscribe to it, really cool. I mean, you can see how many subscribers he's gotten. Old plants with teaching stuff on ZZ Takeoff. Really fun stuff to watch. 13,000 views. I mean, you can see he gets a ton of looks on his. And then you can also go to ours as well. But we'll dive back in there. Um, so let's go into like this drywall or framing. Maybe we'll do framing. We haven't done framing yet. So what you can do here, now this is really cool. Todd's put this together for you. We can give this to you for free. Okay. It's a free starter pack. We give it to everybody, just kind of help them kind of learn our software and get into it. And you can actually use some of this. It's all legit material and stuff that Todd's put together for you. So really cool. You can see here, it's when I click on this green dot now instead of just giving me the linear footage, okay? So this is for people who need material cost, labor, quantities. Now instead of just giving me the linear footage alone, it's going to tell me, how much bow stitch I need, how many boxes of nails I need, with the labor, you can factor that in. Exterior, how many studs I'm going to need, OSB. You look on down the line, down the line here, bottom plate, how many exterior wall nails, top plate, very top plate, just by clicking on this green dot. Okay. Sometimes guys will click on this green dot. If it's not that one, click on the whatever the measurement type is up here. It'll be right there. We try to get it to stand out a little. It's got that little green dot. Click here. Okay. And here I can make changes. So maybe it's a 12-foot wall, right? It's changing that in the formula when I update that. Again, you can go down and add measurements if you like, or get this to default to a view you like. But here it's going to go through and calculate all this material. And I can even go in here, like let's say we want to trade out this one here. I can click on it and I go to a product list. Okay. Let's say we're doing lumber, and I can choose that product. And you can actually batch insert your own, and Todd will show you that as well on the advanced training. And there's a video on it. You can go into the training videos in the search bar, type in batch. It'll show you how to batch import your own Excel template, and you bring it in. It comes in within 2 to 3 seconds, I would say. Todd brought in over 1,500 items from his Excel sheet. These all have pricing on them, SKU numbers. But I can go through and select whatever I'd like. I can even type in. So let's say we want a different 2x6, right? Maybe we want this fire rated one. I can go ahead and grab that and see now it's replaced it. Let's put that one in there. You can even add these too, the assemblies you have put together. I can put in a cost. I can do a markup. It's got the SKU number, put in units. So you can go really, really deep in this software. You can put in your waste percentage. Pretty much customize it kind of anyway to your liking. Highly recommend that training with Todd, that training package. $300, it's $100 an hour. Worth every penny. Some of our competitors, I think they charge anywhere from $5,000 to $9,000. You have to fly to their headquarters. You have to pay for your airfare. You have to pay for your hotel accommodations. It can get really expensive in this industry, but for $300, Todd can go in here and help you guys customize this and teach you how to do it and your team. So we'll hit save. I'm going to start takeoff. Sorry to go on a long rant there, but just want to let you know, kind of know those things. So again, linear, I'm just going to click point to point. I can hold down my M key to get my magnifying glass, my magnifying glass there. Okay, double click here. Let's say we want this wall. I'm going to hold down left click there. All right, click, click, click. Don't want to spend too long on this, so sorry about that. Double click to break my line. But check this out. I should have opened that up. Look at that. It's calculating all your totals. Look at that. All that information you just got. Okay, stay just under 31 hours. 10 of these, 10 of these. And you can click in here, you can kind of see the formulas Todd's put together. Okay. With that training package, just let Todd know how you do it. Again, he's got 40 plus years. He's not new to any of this. You just kind of tell him how you do it, how you calculate things. He can go in there and show you how to set it up. Um, Real easy to do too, real easy. And once you punch in these variables here, so let's say the production rate was 20. When I make that change here, you're going to see it automatically update over here. So if that's 20, now we went from 38 hours down to 19, and maybe there's two people in the crew, right? You set down to 12.81. And it's all just based off whatever formula you guys want to set up in there. Okay. Same thing with studs. You can double click here. This is just a basic, divided by 16 for the on-center spacing to get your stud count. But you can go in, I mean, you can see all these, kind of how he's done these and how he's got his totals there. That one's a little more complex, but you can set up anything in here. You can do if-then statements, true-false statements. And Todd's an amazing trainer, so he can show you how to do that. Um, but easy to do. Again, you just go and grab what you're looking for, via headers or, floor joists or whatever it is. You just go in there, select it. All right, we'll do box mode on this one, start takeoff. So you can really start knocking these things out in no time. I mean, just no time at all. There we go. I've got my totals there. There we go. Just take 3 hours, 600 square feet. Back to your templates, grab your next item and point and click. And we'll right click and show legend on here.
You want to have some fun?
Let's have some fun. You gonna collaborate with me?
Right click on the purple square,
Okay.
vapor barrier,
Oh
and
yeah.
let's convert to or duplicate as, excuse me. I apologize.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. I love this feature. Yeah.
Yeah. Duplicate as,
Duplicate as.
and let's go to templates and search for sheathing, I think it is, or
Sure.
floor.
Okay.
Yeah, floor sheathing.
Or
Uh,
shooting this.
Subfloor sheathing, yeah. So you don't even have to take it off again. You can just put it like that and it's already done.
Damn. So cool. And then there we go. You don't even have to take it off again, like Todd said. And there you go. You got all your totals in that sheeting. And it's separate from the vapor barrier, right?
Yep.
It's totally separate. And you'll be able to see that in your report down here. See how they're separated? And it'll have all the material, the cost, and everything under there as well. We can go to team reports and get to that, or we can just go right here. You can see our cost total, markup each. You can change these in here. Okay, so I can go and say, okay, these are 17 bucks. When I do that, it's going to update my total cost as well. So you can change the pricing right through here as well. But yeah, I love that. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. James showed me that at the World of Concrete last week. Loved it. Really,
Saves
really
a lot
cool.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah, man, huge time saver. Yeah, you do the same with the linear, right? You can go in here and say
Uh-huh.
duplicate as, and then say we want like a linear measurement around that, just for like curb and gutter guys. So they don't have to go in and trace twice. Let's just do a linear. Bam. Let's just call it curb. Is that it, Todd? Sorry about that. I didn't hear you.
No, you're good. You're good.
So we got that.
Yeah.
And we've got our curb linear footage just by right clicking and saying duplicate as. Really cool new feature. I love that. I thought you were talking about collaborating fun, but no, that was fun too, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, do you want to come in and we'll show them how to do the collaboration?
Let me see if I can get on there. Sure.
All
Uh,
right. Cool, cool. So I'm going to go up to share. Todd's already in here. If I wanted to invite him, I can invite him in, but he's already in here with me. So sorry, Todd. I wasn't even sure if you were by your computer. I should have asked you that first, huh?
There we go. Yeah, I see right there.
You can see where he's at right there. I can click on open project and I can see what project he's in. So I know which project everyone on my team is working on. So I can go join him. I know he's in here. Bam. I'm going to go down to second floor plan and then I'll do some footings. How about that? I'll show him how to do. cubic yardage. I type in footings. We're going to go, let's go volume. It's going to ask for my diameter, my depth. I have no idea what I'm doing there, but I'll just put those numbers in. Okay, I can change my color. Maybe I want like a purple. I also want my point counts to appear. Start takeoff. And then I can go in there and just start putting, oh, I should have done a square. Square. I like these squares better with these. And we'll say these are 4 feet and 50 feet. See how it's actually putting the size on there when I made that change? So I can go click this green dot to activate it. Bam, bam. Okay, if I want to go in here and change those, say the width is 4 by 4. Make this like 6. Scaled. Let's see how it changes those. I didn't have my scale box checked. And that actually shows the size of the footings on there. It's a lot of fun. You can see Todd's in there. I'm in there. We're writing notes to each other. Whatever you want to put on there. So your guy in the field, and this is a cool part. Let me show you on my phone again. The guy in the field's watching all this happen in real time. So let me jump on the second floor plan. Boom. So see how you can see Todd moving around in there? And you can see me moving around in there. We're putting clouds. What did we have, Todd? Didn't we have like 8 of us in here one time?
Yeah, it'll handle 20 people easy, no problem.
Yeah, that
We
was a
just
lot
couldn't find more bodies.
of fun. Do these, we can do call outs, we can do overlays, properties. Oh, should we show them plan versioning? Now that we have some
Yeah.
down there? Sweet. Okay, I'll dive into that now. So let's say we had a new set of plans come in, right? And they were all revised plans. I can go up to this plus sign here, click on that. We're going to add pages. Okay, and I'm going to choose that new set of plans right here. I'm going to go choose files. Okay. Now I only have the one set that I can think of now. Yes. So I'm going to grab those. So we got them in here, but now I can go to my plan set and this is going to be revision 1. Or I can click on here. And if I had more sets in here, it could be revision 2 or 3. I can set that here. You can put an issue date. Again, there's question marks right here to help you out there. If you have questions, Todd has a great video on this under the community tab. Date received. It's going to auto scale, do the same thing, page number, sheet number. When I hit next, okay, I can select the ones I want, hit upload. Again, look at that speed. Boom. Just cruising right through there. Ton of fun. Hit next. Bam. And you can see here when I hover above that paired with the existing page. All right. So we'll dive into that. I'm going to wait till these get loaded. There we go. We're going to next. Now here it's going to tell me the following pages have takeoff data on the old version. So we're going to choose what we want to do with them. So you, the user, you get to choose what you want to do here. Okay. So I can move to a new page. I can copy to a new page, or I can do nothing. All right. We'll just stick with move to a new page. Second floor plan, same thing. Move to a new page, copy to a new page, do nothing. So everything that has takeoff done on it, has measurements done on it, it's going to ask me what to do with it. Okay. Let's set this one to copy to a new page. I'm going to apply and close. All right. And now let's go open these suckers up over here. And I can see right here, it's got my number 1. All right. Click here. Go to my properties. Auto detect with AI.
If you
That's,
click on number 1,
yeah. Click on number 1 here. Oh, there we go.
yeah. So yeah, on this on A1.3, it didn't move anything. It did nothing. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it. Oh, wait. There we go. I had to click on it. Sorry.
Yeah.
This was
So
the,
what happens is if you copy it, I think is what we did, it won't add, it won't double your quantity. It's just going to basically copy the takeoffs, but not the quantities. So you still have your original set of plans there, but they've been outdated. So that quantities on the sheet there, the 0 will be null and void. They're just showing that it was taken off.
oh, okay. Gotcha. So this one will be null and void.
Yes, but on the
Okay.
next one, that the 0, it actually moved the takeoff to the number 1 or the revision number 1.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
saves a lot of time. Yeah, so you'll see an outdated red stamp up there on the top that helps you kind of identify that. And you can even do takeoffs on this and it'll show the takeoff, but it won't give you any quantity.
Okay. Let's see. It's called takeoff, but it won't give you any quantity, huh? Okay, let's
Right.
do.
What's on the right is you're measuring. It doesn't give you quantity because the sheet is outdated. So you could use it kind of as a scratch sheet or an overlay sheet or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Then you can do an overlay here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't dive into that, but
Yeah.
oh wow. Oh,
Anyways,
cool.
I wanted to share that.
Yeah, thanks for showing me. I didn't even know that. I've kind of gone through this a couple times, but wasn't sure on that one. That's really neat. Um, should we take them into the community, or do we want to dabble in reports, kind of the full viewer reports here, so they can kind of see, kind of get a. I know I kind of touched on this before, where you can change your pricing. So, for example, if this went up to like $14, it's going to change my cost right here, and it'll change that cost total there. Bam, we can go down here and say, okay, I'm going to edit both items just like we did before. These are now 19. Save, it updates that. I can toss these columns out just by holding down left click, or I could go to columns and say, okay, we don't want markup. We don't want price each. We just want the total. We don't want the layer. I could toss that out. And then once I'm done with this, I could go in and just hit save as and save it in my team reports or my reports. Okay, and give it a name. Export to CSV or Excel, and then copy to clipboard. So
Yeah,
kind of lost on that before. Yeah, go right ahead.
if you want, I'm sorry, go to your team reports on the top left, and you could actually pin them if you have like that group by whatever one. Oh, you just did that one. You saved it, right?
I haven't saved it yet. So
Oh,
save
okay.
reports.
Yeah. Now, if you hit those three dots, you can
Okay.
make it a favorite and you can pin it. And when you pin it, it puts up it on the top bar of the reports, not only here, but on your takeoff page.
Oh, right here. Is that it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So you can have a bunch of reports that you're always using pinned up at the top. And then if you go to the takeoff page, it's the same thing.
Okay. And can you put your own logo on here?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was way cool. I think you showed me this before. Bam, upload, and now it's got your logo on there. Ooh,
Yeah.
little
You have
blurry.
to have kind of a square icon, but yeah, but and
Yeah.
now if you go to your takeoff page,
Uh-huh.
down at the bottom, you'll have that same pin report.
And that's pinned. So then I can click right there. It'll take me right to it.
Yes, sir.
Or I could go, if we go from here, I could just go back to it by clicking there. Oh yeah, I love that. So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else we did recently? Reports you want to like touch
For,
on?
for introduction and community.
Okay, cool. Todd, you're a lifesaver. Thank you. I always learn every training we do together, I learn something else from you. Let's go into community here. So really cool community to be a part of. You've got, welcome stuff about CZ Takeoff, Q&A, okay, feature requests. So if you have an idea that you think would benefit our software that would help you and help others, you can go to feature requests and click on new post and just give it a subject. You can go in here and post like a description of what it is. You can attach pictures, hyperlinks in here. But this has become really, really popular. You can see what's been planned, okay, what they're plan or what we're planning on implementing, what's currently under review, what the dev team is looking over, what's in progress. So like metric and imperial, this one's coming. Okay, and there's been a lot of requests for this one. Matter of fact, I worked with Bo before, but he had a request about doing the takeoff in metric, but having the outputs in imperial, and they're doing it. You can see it's in progress. So this is coming out. This is Heber. He was the founder of PlanSwift, also the founder of zzTakeoff. Awesome guy, and incredibly great and intelligent and very, very good at doing this stuff. Can't talk Heber up enough. He's incredible. But he goes through and he'll respond in here, okay? And then you can see other contractors will go in here. And James, he goes in here. Oh, this is Heber's brother, CFO, Luke Olson. So you can go in here and chat. You can like things, okay? But you can kind of see what they're doing here, right? So Really cool thing to be a part of is this community. We'd love to hear from you. You can, if you find a bug, you can submit it here. Project showcase, humor and memes. We try to have fun in here. All right. So ZZ Takeoff competitors selling more subscriptions. We've doubled our user count and more than doubled it in the past 2 months. So really cool. It's come a long ways. Word's definitely gotten out, and we're grateful to be back in the industry again, and thankful to you guys for trusting in us and being a part of the family and the community here. But anytime we have updates, you can see product updates here. Okay, so we got new update, dark mode, right? Tells you what the updates are here. Todd's made these really cool videos, of course, highlight videos. Okay, so you can click on these links, it'll take you here. This one's a little shorter.
ZZ Takeoff's latest release is loaded with a
that
ton.
is that your AI voice, Todd? I know you have an AI voice you do in there. Pretty funny. You can also do feature updates. Okay, so this will be a little longer. Kind of covers all of them. All
Okay.
right.
And
Thanks,
now
Todd.
I can go ahead and say, okay, this is revision number 6, date issue.
He's gone over. I'd watched a bit of it there. Um, but then it'll also go through each one with screenshots and descriptions about what that update is. So the worksheet at the bottom here, dark mode, to show hide the worksheet like Todd walked us through, box mode. And that's under product updates, okay? So you can always go there. Inside track, this is when Heber is say or someone in the dev team, they're testing things and they want feedback from you guys. So you can go to the inside track and see, things that are coming up, new releases that are about to come out. Really cool section there. Now Todd kind of runs this whole thing, which is awesome. He's made a ton of these videos. I'd say probably 90 to 95% of them, maybe all of them. Todd, you can correct me if I'm wrong there. This was an introduction video that we did before this update, this new update. We recorded this one. We're probably going to use this one as the new intro video. We'll see. Um, Feature updates will be at the top of the videos. Okay. So any new updates we have come out, we want to put those right in front of people. So that'll be right at the top there. Okay. Plan versions, plan sets, what we kind of covered on today, box mode, project level, custom properties here. So all the new updates will be at the top there. Webinar recordings we're doing, like the one we're doing today, you can find those here. Getting started. Now, some of these videos are kind of outdated, like scaling pages using AI. We don't do it this way anymore. It automatically does it for you. Before you had to highlight a
We
name. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
we updated the videos just a couple days ago.
All right, sweet. Okay, so they are updated. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Thanks, Todd. I haven't looked at these ones for a minute, but thanks for letting us know there. So yeah, all updated. And honestly, videos 1 through 15, I believe there's 15 of them in here. Yeah. You can learn the program, pretty much the majority of the program, just watching these 15 videos. So if you bring a new employee in and you don't have time to train them, just send them here. And we're happy to help them as well. If you have leftover time on your training package, if you do sign up for that, there's really no expiration date on the training package. So in 2 years, if you have an hour and 20 minutes left, you just send them over our way. We'll help them out for sure. But again, support if you ask questions, they can help for free. And also the videos are very, very helpful. Go to tips and tricks. And again, there are a ton of videos in there. There's that proposal one. But let's have just like, I want to watch just videos on creating formulas. Okay. So I don't want to have to go through and search all those. Just use the search bar up here, type in a keyword. There you go. Concrete rebar formulas, batch importing. This is really cool. That was importing using the batch insert to import your data from your Excel template into zzTakeoff, building formulas. Okay, Formula Bootcamp. This is probably my favorite one. I've actually watched it twice. It's Todd. I hope this one's about 30 minutes long. Okay. Really, really good video on how to build formulas. Okay. So some of them are a little longer, but you get a ton of information out of there. Math fun with the ZZ nerds here. Todd made this, of course, and then using if formulas, true false statements. So just a really helpful area. And again, it's all included in the $50 a month. Um, Todd's done an amazing job on that, putting that together. Cool, cool. So that's our community. I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar today. Todd, did you have anything you wanted to add on there?
If they ever get stuck while they're using ZZ and they have a question, they could use the support chat.
Yeah, down here in the bottom right corner, support chat. Thanks for pointing that out. So you can chat here. Our goal, we try to get to this in under a minute. Okay, that's our goal, is to get to you under the minute, in under a minute. We left this on. We now have um, an automatic thing that comes on at nights and weekends saying, a rep will be with you. We're out of the office now. We didn't have that before, and that kind of hurt our time here. We do try to get to you in under a minute. You can see there's, I believe, 15 of us in here total. Yeah. And you can also reach videos by clicking on articles here. Okay. Or you can call into this number and a live technician will take the call. Okay. These aren't AI people, these are real people. So we're always here and happy to help you out. Yeah. And then gosh, there was one more thing I just thought of and I knew I was gonna forget. Search real quick. So you can do a search here. This is really cool. You can also do Control F. But let's say I want to find everywhere the word porch is on the PDF. I can just type in porch. And when I click on it, it'll take me right into it. A lot of guys will like to set bookmarks on these, right? So they can find the lettering here. You can also, we're going to have auto count come out soon, but you can also use this. So if I have doors, right, I could just go here and say these were all doors. I could just go click there, go to a new page, select that, highlight it, bam, go to this one, bam. So some guys I've known have used this in the past to do their counts. Just know when you go to a new page, you've got to just re-click to continue it, and that'll continue it on for you. Bam. So kind of a cool feature there. But yeah, anything else you can think of, Todd?
No, I think you covered it very well. Great job.
Yeah, great job. Thank you so much for saving me on a few of those and for helping me out there. Um, yeah, we have an awesome team here, awesome culture. We're go ahead, Todd. Sorry about
I was agreeing with you. We have the best customers in the industry, I think.
100%. We really do. And you can see that in here in the community. You can get to know these guys in here. I mean, people are commenting back and forth to one another. Oops, sorry. Under Q&A or feature questions, asking for a favor. Just a fun place to be a part of. And it's pretty much every day guys are going in here now. It's become real popular. So we're there to help you out any way we can.
Cool, cool.
Cool. Well, thank you all so much for attending. We really appreciate you. I did want to give you my contact info. That's what I was going to do. If you need help out with anything, I'm just going to put my contact information. If you'd like a demonstration sometime, or you just have questions in general, if you'd like me to send you that database, I'm more than happy to get that over to you. Just feel free to give me a call here. Okay, at this number. You can also email me, Darin. I can spell my name there. I think I got it. There we go. So that's my contact information here. Feel free to reach out anytime. Like I said, more than happy to help you guys out. Love doing it, and grateful to be back. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Have a great day. Thanks. We'll see you.